Today on tap, I'm recommending the cutest new movie for all the millennial bombshells out there who are looking to feel a little warm and cozy this holiday season. Now listen, holiday movies are admittedly not my favorite type of movie. I can appreciate them and I can get into them like while we're in the midst of the season like we are right now, but they're definitely not my favorite type of film to watch. My mom is obsessed with them, however. She's like all about the Hallmark Channel. But this movie is called A Merry Little Xmas. It just came out on Netflix and obviously, I immediately watched it because I was feeling some kind of way and I needed just a little zhuzh in my emotional aura space. You know what I mean? It's an insane timeline to be on right now. But anyway, the movie stars Alicia Silverstone, Cher, our icon Cher, millennial queen Cher, who is giving very much Cher energy in this role, by the way. And Melissa Joan Hart, Sabrina realness. This is like a millennial dream team, okay? My only criticism is that I wish Melissa Joan Hart's character had an even bigger part because she was fabulous in this. Another reason why millennials will love this movie is because there's one character in particular who's like next level obsessed with Harry Potter. And honestly, only the millennials are gonna appreciate and realize everything that he's saying. So I felt really seen and spoken to. I still have not moved past the fact that Cher and Sabrina are starring in a movie on Netflix together. So the title is A Merry Little Xmas. Instead of X, it's EX because it's about a married couple who is getting a divorce and, you know, all these hijinks ensue when the husband starts dating another woman and the family sees it, and Alicia Silverstone's character gets a little bit riled up and intimidated by it, but her character is incredible and smart, and she's such an eco-friendly queen, and it's so fun to watch. And then there's like these gay grandpas who are so cute. I honestly wasn't really expecting to like this, but it's just so cute. And yes, of course, all of these holiday movies are somewhat predictable, but that doesn't take away the amount of warmth you feel at the end when you watch it. There's always something that, like, this is definitely a movie where you go, aww, at the end. And I think we all really need that right now. Another reason why I think millennials should watch this is because the main character, Alicia Silverstone, and also like Melissa Joan Hart's character, they're over 30. Like, they're beautiful. The way they have aged is so nice to see from a millennial perspective and see how they're glorified and how many times Alicia Silverstone's character is called beautiful because she is beautiful, but it's just so nice to see a real woman with emotion and lines, and I just love the fact that it's celebrated. She's even hit on by a 28-year-old and his character is so campy and funny and he's so cute too, so that is also a very fun storyline to watch. It's just so crazy. I was kind of tripping out when I was watching it because every time Alicia Silverstone's character talks, just her voice is so iconic that I just always picture Cher. And even the way she says certain words, her reactions, it's very Cher-coded and it makes you feel some kind of way. If you were a millennial growing up with Cher Horowitz as your style icon, your personality icon, it's just very great to see Alicia Silverstone acting again in front of the camera on Netflix nonetheless. That in and of itself brings warmth and joy to my stone cold millennial heart. But the movie's got nice pacing. It's nothing super groundbreaking as far as holiday movies are, but there's lots of chemistry between the characters. And that made me happy, and that was enough to make me locked in. I am kind of sad that I already watched it because this was one that I was really looking forward to kind of watching towards, you know, where it's a little bit closer to the holidays. But you know what? I say jump on in, get it started, watch that movie, especially if you're looking to feel something right now. Like a lot of the times, the season is definitely one of those ones where you can feel really depressed with the time change. There's definitely like a general malaise going on, and season can be really tough for a lot of people, and so one of my favorite ways to deal with that is to escape into movies and TV and fashion and art and food, and those are all my kind of secret weapons to do that. We've also got Jamila from The Good Place. We love her. I think a lot of millennials are fans of her as well. She's fantastic in this, and her character has really good fashion in this. I was like, yes, 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 yes. Okay, if we're looking for like a general summary to know what you're getting into, it's a couple gets a divorce and they have 2 kids and they're kind of grappling with the fact that they kind of still have feelings for each other, even though they're really butting heads at the same time. So as the divorce paperwork is getting finalized, there are these kind of adventures that they go through that they look internally and they discover some feelings and how they work that out. That's how I interpreted the movie. Hold on, I'm gonna read the exact summary for you just so that you get an even better, more detailed vision of this. I'm sure you've seen the previews, which are really cute. Okay. All Kate and Everett want for Christmas. Kate is Alicia Silverstone. Everett is Kate Hudson's brother? They have amazing chemistry, by the way. Is an amicable divorce and one last holiday as a family, but new flames and old feelings complicate their plans. Yes, that's exactly it. And I do love the whole theme of like energy and climate friendly little seeds that are planted throughout this movie. We've got some solar panels, we've got some thrifting. So that's definitely interesting that that's mentioned quite a few times. I believe Alicia probably had something to do with that because I believe she is a big environmental advocate. Melissa Joan Hart and Alicia Silverstone were both producers, so that kind of tells you all you need to know. Obviously, then it's gonna be great. Is the acting the best acting you'll ever see in your life? Maybe not, but are you gonna have a really good time and feel really warm and fuzzy in the end? Yes. And isn't that all you want? Honestly, don't we just want to escape into something besides our own lives just for a little bit? The runtime for the movie is 87 minutes and it's definitely labeled as a rom-com. And honestly, I don't even love rom-coms. I know that's very non-millennial of me, but what can I say? I love a good sci-fi thriller. That's my favorite genre. I would love a holiday sci-fi thriller. If you have any suggestions, let me know. And of course, something that's not gory or anything like that, 'cause that's not my style. I think what's interesting for me as a single millennial who is not dating anyone and who doesn't have kids is this kind of theme of family and what happens when one partner sacrifices their career, their dreams, so that the other one can accomplish that. What happens when one person in the relationship moves to a small town, even though they have ambitions of living in a big city? And how does that resentment build up and motivate the choices going forward? There's also themes too in pursuing your dreams and passions. Like there's definitely conflict with like the kids following their passion and Alicia Silverstone's character thinking about like, no, you just need to widen your perspective. Let's give you some options. So I did appreciate that there's kind of those deeper themes within something that's so fun and light for the holiday season. It definitely makes it more relatable to the everyday person. Of course, having messy holiday fights and family situations is incredibly relatable, and that's very much featured in this as well. I'm gonna list a spoiler alert right here, even though it's not really a spoiler. It's just a really particular conversation from the movie between Alicia Silverstone's character and Oliver Hudson's character, right? His name is Oliver? Yeah, and Oliver Hudson's character. And he's talking about how she helped him learn how to be a partner, she helped him learn how to be a better parent, and how he's gonna take all of those lessons with him into the next relationship to where he does it all again. And that part just like infuriated me. Like if I was her character, and her character does get really upset, but I would get so upset if someone said that to me, like, oh, you existed in my experience with you was just so that I can become better, and now I get to do it all over again without you. It was kind of just like an F you and like, thanks so much. I really hated that conversation, but I feel like that's such a typical male conversation. That's like, it's such a typical male thing to say. So there was an eye roll on that. Another thing that I was trying to figure out is how she is an environmental queen and her home is this like beautiful, gorgeous home that they call the mothership because it's all like eco-friendly and has all of these solar panels and things like that, but I didn't see one solar panel. So maybe they were just like hidden beneath the snow, but I really wasn't sure about that. But I mean, I don't know. It's not that deep. Another thing that I think is so relatable is like when you were dating someone and then they date someone else and maybe they're like a younger version of you or like a more successful version of you, and then how they wouldn't do certain things with you, but now that they're with this other partner, now they're doing all of these things with them. And that's something that I thought was incredibly niche, but just like super relatable, especially for women. Like Oliver Hudson's character is like obsessed with his career, and apparently the family has suffered because of it, because he's not usually around for Christmas Eve or whatever, and he's like always busy and always putting them aside. But then once he gets into this new relationship, all of a sudden he takes Christmas Eve off. So there's a lot of like, oh, well, why didn't he do this for me type of thing. And I think I really appreciated that. It definitely gets really silly. There's like this one scene with the Christmas tree with Chet's character that's like super campy and ridiculous and fun. But the ending overall is very satisfying. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good time. I think this was definitely created with millennials' satisfaction in mind. But I think it does appeal to a very wide audience too, as most holiday films tend to do. Basically, it's charming, it's playful, it's fun. And this was a very little Xmas indeed. If you've seen it, let me know what you think about this movie in the comments, or if you plan to see it, let me know in the comments as well. I think the film does a really good job at showcasing the awkwardness and the tension of when your former partner is with someone new, especially during the holidays. Especially the first holiday when you're not together as a couple. Some drama-rama and tension right there. So that's my hot take and the tea on this movie. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Let me know if you're gonna be supporting our favorite 90s it girls together.